had a heated argument recently with Charles Chamberlain of Democracy for America, challenging him about the morality of abortion when a fetus is capable of surviving outside the womb.
There are people who have real concerns, moral concerns about abortion that aren't rooted in their desire to oppress women. These are real questions. And when you spew mindless propaganda about choice and medical procedures and blah, 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 it kind of blurs what is a really important question, like, do you have the right to take a life? Do you see that at all?
I think what you're confusing is the question of who has the right to make decisions about their own lives.
So you're saying it's okay. But you concede that it's the taking of a life at that stage. If the child can live outside the womb, that's killing. Would you just concede that, or are you going to pretend it's not?
Once the baby is outside of a womb, then you have rights. You're an individual. Until that happens, you can't exist without being out of the womb.
Tucker recently spoke to former abortion clinic worker Abby Johnson about what really goes on inside the walls of Planned Parenthood.
How long did you work at Planned Parenthood?
I was there for 8 years.
And what did you do while you were there?
I was the clinic manager, so I took care of just the day-to-day operations, hiring and firing personnel, making sure that our budgets were maintained, including our abortion quota that we had to maintain every month. So that was pretty much my job.
By that you mean you had to perform a certain number of abortions in that clinic every month?
That's right. So every abortion facility within Planned Parenthood has a monthly abortion quota that they must meet.
Why?
That's how they make their money. About 50% of their income is just cash from abortion services. And so in order to keep their clinics open, they have to sell so many abortions.
But what about all the mammograms and life-saving work they do?
Yeah, you know, funny about mammograms, there's not a Planned Parenthood in the country that provides mammogram services. They don't provide prenatal care. They don't do a lot of the things that they say that they do.
So basically it's an abortion clinic.
Pretty much, yeah. They provide a few things, STD testing and birth control, but they provide birth control because, according to their own numbers, 54% of women who have abortions were using birth control at the time that they got pregnant. So they know that that's just a way to get these young girls, especially, I mean, I'm 37 years old. I couldn't remember to take a pill at the same time every day. So, you know, get these young girls in there, put them on a pill or a method with a high human error rate, and eventually they're going to end up pregnant, and that's another way to sell them an abortion.
So they also sell fetal tissue, baby parts, and you saw that happen. What are the economics of that?
Yeah, at the affiliate where I worked, we sold the whole body for about $200 per fetus. That went to a company called Amphioxus. And, you know, the Houston facility, the largest, I worked for that affiliate. It's the largest abortion facility in the Western Hemisphere, second largest to China. And we had capacity to perform about 75 abortions every day, 6 days a week. So if you look at even half of those women, you know, having tissue that is suitable to be donated or sold, then, you know, you're looking at over $2 million a year just at that one clinic.
But I thought that Planned Parenthood or any facility like Planned Parenthood is not allowed to sell human parts.
Yeah, it's interesting because the way that they line item everything, it looks like it's a legitimate business transaction. But because the law says that they can charge for things like shipping and handling and you know, things like that. And so if they line item it correctly, then it looks like that you're just paying for handling services or for shipping services. But really, there is no additional handling involved. There is no additional shipping involved. Amphioxus came and picked up the parts from our facility. But if you line item it correctly, then that's how they're skirting around the law.
So in your 8 years there, did any of your coworkers ever acknowledge how ghoulish and horrible the whole thing is Just the whole enterprise that you were in the middle of?
Yeah, I mean, I think, though, what happens is, and this happened to me as well, I mean, when you're working inside of an industry like that, you become very dark, and you stop seeing just the heinous acts that you're participating in, and it becomes a joke. And I remember my supervisor, you know, joking about the babies that we aborted, and things, you know, like the security code on our alarm was 2229 because that spelled out baby, and they thought that was just hilarious. The freezer in the lab where we pieced together baby parts, and we would, after we reassembled them, we would put them in this freezer. Everybody jokingly called that the nursery. So you begin to have this very dark humor, and even though, I mean, you have to at some point recognize what we're doing is really heinous and really gruesome, you sort of build up this callous.
Looking back, how do you feel about it all, that you worked there?
Well, I mean, I'm certainly sorry that I participated in something like that, but I feel like I've really been given an opportunity now to speak out about the experiences I had and turn the evil that I participated in into something good, and so that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, we're grateful that you came. I mean, this is a subject cloaked by euphemisms, and it's just nice to know what choice really means. Thanks for telling us, Abby.
Thank you so much.